You had a monster game against the Cowboys, 12 tackles, you forced a fumble, had an interception. Are we at a point now where we should start mentioning Mychal Kendricks' name among the best linebackers in the game?
I'm a humble soul, I like to think, and if that's what needs to be said at some point in time, then let that be. But for right now, I'm just going to keep working hard, and if it happens, it happens. You know, if it doesn't, then you best believe I sure was trying.
You have improved by leaps and bounds from your rookie year to this year. What clicked for you this year?
I'm not afraid to make a mistake, which in some situations when you're scared to make a mistake can cripple you in terms of, you know, knowing what to do or taking chances when you know you could have made a play, but you didn't want to go there because you would have been technically wrong. But you know what? If you make the play, you make the play.
Do people consider you a little different?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And I know that. I'm not your average type of dude. And I wouldn't want to be either.
A few weeks ago, you and I had a very playful yet heated discussion about your eating habits. You're the only person I've ever met who eats all of his foods before he takes a drink. Explain that.
Call me weird, but so I eat all my food. I mix everything up. I don't, you know, I'm not just, you know, eat my meat first, eat my vegetables. I go all around the plate. I look at my drink, it's there. You know, it's looking real good, but I gotta finish what's going on here. And then I move on to the next. And when I kill it, it's so good.
The Saints at home in your first ever professional playoff game. Describe to me your excitement about what's to come.
Words can't explain my excitement, man. It's overwhelming. You know, the only championship team I've ever been a part of was a soccer team when I was really young, and I was scoring all the goals. So it didn't really, you know, you don't think of it how you think of this situation here, but I mean, to clinch the NFC East and to move on to these playoffs is overwhelming.
When you go back to before the season began, all these new players, all these new coaches, did you ever think we'd be sitting here right now talking about the Eagles as divisional champions?
I never once doubted this group of men at all, but some guys that aren't here with us today did, and I was around it, you know, during the time of, you know, whether, you know, cuts were going to be made and whatnot, and you know, I overheard things like, you know, I've seen the Super Bowl team, and this ain't it, you know, stuff like that. But you know, I never bat an eye, and I know the guys that are here right now with me never did either.
You guys had your problem Sunday night with Jason Witten. Now you take it to another level of tight end. 6'7" Jimmy Graham can jump, run, catch, plays wide out at times. How do you defend this guy?
He's a crazy athlete, you know, and you know this as well as I do. The guy's phenomenal, and he's going to make his catches. It's just a matter of fact of how big of a catch he's going to make. We got to keep him to a you know, a minimum.
Now, you want to let sleeping dogs lie, but you guys had a lot of problems with Peyton Manning. Why will it be different this time around defending Drew Brees if you say Brees is on the same page as a Peyton Manning?
I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that we're going to be going out there with a purpose, and that purpose is to go out there and win a game. And in order to win a game, we got to stop Drew Brees. So you go with that whole thing that I just said right now. I mean, it's got to be done. However it's going to happen, it needs to happen. He's a quick release type of guy, makes his reads very fast. The linemen got to get their hands up. We got to reroute their receivers. We got to mess up the timing. We got to hit them in the backfield. Stop the run, and just play an amazing game of football.